Okay, cool. Hey guys, thank you for all coming to another Immerse class. Today's teacher is Akira. We're going to be learning basic signs. We're going to all these signs that you see right here are signs that you will be seeing people frequently fingerspell. So we're trying to help people at least learn. I'm going to be interpreting for Akira today. I'm not actually saying anything that she's signing, but I will start doing that at some point. But like, wait, are we just on the same wavelength right now? No? Okay, cool. Well, I don't even need to read their sign. I'm so good at interpreting. I don't even need to look at them I just know what they're saying. But I appreciate you guys all coming. We do these things like 6 days a week now. Mine are on Mondays and Wednesdays. Akira's are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then Cheese, our new no voice zone teacher, on Fridays. And then I'll be doing a EU friendly class on Saturdays. So I appreciate you guys. At some point during the classroom, we are going to be having a about 10 or 15-minute interval where I ask you guys to like take a moment to start conversating with somebody around you. If you see somebody that you haven't met before, I try to encourage people to make a new friend coming to these because we have a lot of people coming to these that are very new. So that's the goal every single time I say people come to an immerse class is try to meet somebody new. And if you know everybody, then just try and strike a conversation at some point, because it's pretty fun. We ask that during the actual lesson, don't like talk or interrupt. We will stop at specific points so you can like ask questions, and also like just to re-say this again because I know a lot of people joined. If you don't mind being on the stream side, this is the side that you're gonna be on. You'll be on stream at some point. If you don't want to be streamed, this is the no streaming area. No hard feelings either way. Also, don't like stress out if you have to conversate with somebody at some point. Like we encourage it, but no stress if you can't. Huh? Don't change your avatar, please, because you are going to lag people to absolute death. Um, and I would try to encourage everybody too. If you're gonna come to these, we get classes from like 30. I've had a class of 45 people in the past. Like, if you can, try and use a little bit more of an optimized avatar. And it will make a world of difference. So, okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and start now. We're gonna start covering some vocabulary. All right, Akira, I will start actually looking at you. What? I wasn't looking at you. I was just talking. I was not. Oh my God. Okay, you can start now. All right, basic signs. Because Akira sees people use these signs all the time and finger spells them all the time. So we want to go ahead and start practicing not doing that. These are very, very very important signs to know for basic conversations. So we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and start with the sign for that, you know, that. So that person, that. Yeah, that. You have a Y hand, you can use no hand, or you can use the base of your hand as long as you're putting like your Y hand forward like that or like this. Both are fine. Both are fine. In my personal opinion, I think this is unnecessary. You can just sign this, and it literally probably is a little bit better. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and stray off a little bit. It depends on your accent. Yeah, your sign accent. So if you want to use this, you're not wrong for doing so. But like I always use this, and I always recommend it just because you don't if you don't need this hand. Like a lot of the times, like see you later, right? A lot of people sign later like this because it's shown that way in the ASL world. You don't really need this. You can sign later without the hand. It's a little unnecessary. So, but once again, you're not wrong if you do so. It's all about your own preference. So yeah. Also, I want to go ahead and add something to Akira's that right now. So the sign for like I understand or I don't understand, right? A lot of people use that, but like, how would you sign I see? Like I see. You would actually sign that is literally how you sign I see that I see. It's pretty much like a replacement for I understand. Yeah, that. You know, it's not a full replacement. Like I understand when you actually understand something. It's the same, whatever. But like I see that. I understand or I see. Just building that vocabulary. The signs for just. There's two different ways to sign just. You will see somebody sign just with a J hand in the air, like just like that. Or you can see somebody sign just into your palm, just into your palm. Once again, unnecessary, but you will see it. But if you really want to learn how to sign the proper sign for ASL grammar, if you're signing just, you would do it with your index finger and you have your palm facing outwards and then you twist it inwards. So it's the sign for only or just. It's all contextual. But yeah, just, just. If you want to initialize it, which is a very SEE or PSE thing to do, you can add the J to it, but it's not wrong to do so. But this is technically more correct in ASL grammar. It's up to you. Depends on what you prefer. But do whatever you want. Yeah, exactly. Do whatever you guys want. All right, now we got the signs for not and don't. Not. You have your thumb, right? And you're flicking it from underneath your chin. Not or don't. It's contextual. So, not or don't. There's actually a sign for don't as well, but a lot of people do use the sign for not now. Yeah, if you move your head. Yeah, exactly. Like not if you move your head, it can change the answer. It's like the signs for don't understand or understand. If you move your head while you're doing not or don't, it can definitely like change what you're meaning with it as well. So, but also the sign for don't. Like if you actually want to use the sign for don't is like this. Don't. Don't. But people use both. Yeah, don't. It's like more emphasis. Like don't do that. Stop, Don't. But a lot of people use just in general conversation, they would use not or not like this or don't. It's the same. It's up to you which one you use. The next sign, use. The sign for use. You have your fist, and then you have this little area right here on your fist. You can sign it two different ways. Both work. You can sign it with your palm facing towards your wrist or the back of your palm facing towards your wrist. Both work. There's not an incorrect way to do that. That's all dependent on your sign accent. So I personally sign it like this, but I know a lot of people use this as well. That's fine. Either way, you're going in a circular motion. Circular motion. It's important that you do that. Circular motion. Next sign. Question. The sign for question. So you have your index finger, right? You have a question. If you're doing this in real life, you would actually bend it down to an X hand, like question. I have a question. But then if you're using a general VR controller, obviously doing an X hand is going to be harder, so it's okay to just close the index finger completely. But if you're doing it in real life or with an index controller, I always recommend to do the right sign. Question, you hearing? Question, you hearing? What you said? What? Oh, I fucking hate you. Alright, never mind. Next sign. I literally read that as the wholesome answer, but then you were being toxic. How dare you? I hate you. Also, you didn't sign on your chin. What's the next one? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do a quick review. So that, how do you sign that? Yeah, that. If you want to sign like I see, right? Like I see. That. That. Yeah, that. Just and or only. Yeah, if you're just doing the initialized just the sign for just, you would do it with a J hand. And then if you're doing only and or just the contextual ASL sign, then you would do it how? Index finger, flip it, flip it. Start it like this, point A, point B, you flip it, just and or only. What's up? In VR, we normally see people use just with the initialized J into the palm. because I would say the ASL world is the one that's showing a lot of people like how to sign just like that. So it's like it's okay. I'm not we also like something I want to go ahead and class or clarify a little bit on. Like we're gonna show you guys the real life ways to sign these things, like or the ASL ways to shine to do these things. But we're not saying that it's okay to go around and correct people all day. Like if somebody signs something that in this way, but I prefer to sign it this way, it does not mean that you should go and tell somebody they're wrong for doing so. So like leave that up to the people who are teaching or mentors. You don't want to start fights in the ASL world. Yeah, please. Okay, cool. The signs for not and don't. Go ahead and show Akira. So not and don't, right? Flicking the thumb out from underneath your chin. Not, don't. Do you guys remember just the sign for don't? Don't. Don't. Yeah, don't do that. Don't. Yeah, don't. Cool. Next sign. Use. The next sign is use. Use. Yeah, just two different ways you can do it. Little accents, variations. But both are correct. Both are fine. But use. You have a U hand on your wrist. You're going in a circular motion. Use. Now the sign for question. Any questioners in the chat? Any questions? Question, yeah. So if you're talking about somebody asking you questions, right? You can actually do it like this. Like somebody's asking you a bunch of questions. You're getting asked questions from all over the room. I'm getting questions right now. Questions. It's a directional sign. Ask them, ask you all, or ask me. Ask you all or ask me. The next sign. The signs for out and in. Right. You have your palm open like a B hand out. And if you were to do in, it's just the reverse of out, right? You're going in. In. Yeah. In. So out and in. Inside. Yeah, it's the same sign for inside. Yeah. But outside has its own sign. Outside has its own sign. It's a sign that's often confused with the sign for forget. That's why when I teach the sign for forget, I only do it across the forehead. I forget. But then when you're doing outside, you're starting from right here and you're pulling it out. That means like outside of my house or outside in general. But if you're just like, I'm going out to eat, you would use like, I'm going outside to eat. But if you're saying like, I'm out of time, I'm out of time. I'm out of time. Now, please remember, out and outside are both different. It's very important. So, like and don't like or dislike. Like and don't like and a dislike. Cool. So, if you're using a general VR controller, it is okay to use a rock and roll hand and or a Y hand to do like. But if you're doing it in real life, you would actually do it with your middle finger down and your thumb pinching, and you would be doing it like this. With an index controller, you would do it with technically what's called an 8 hand. Like would be like this. You're pulling it off of your chest. You're pulling the feeling off your chest. You're going outwards though. You're not going up or down, you're going outwards. So like and around your chest, yeah. Stay right here. Yep, it's always right gonna be on your dominant side, pulling out. Now the sign for dislike is you got to put your body into it. You shake your head no, but then you pull your finger outwards like this. Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that. All you're doing is flicking it out. I don't like that. You do it with the rock and roll hand, do it with the Y hand, and I don't like that. 8 hand, I don't like this bitch. She can be crazy. But you know what? She's one of my best friends, so fuck her. All right. Want and don't want. Yeah. Want. You have your open hands and you're pulling it in. You're pulling it to you. You want that. You want that. You want that. Now, now if you don't want something, if you don't want something, get used to tossing shit out. You pull it to you, but then you push it away. Put your body into it. I don't want. I want to yeet this person. I don't want that. You throw it away. You push it away from you. I don't want that. Yep. 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 Cool. All right, we're gonna do another quick review from the beginning. So you guys know the sign for that. Show the sign for that. That. I'll show the sign for I see. I see. That. Cool. Next one. The signs for just. Any of them work. Any of them work. Yeah. Just. Just and or only. What's up? The sign that they're comfortable with? Show the sign that they're comfortable with? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, yeah. Whichever just you're comfortable with, you're most comfortable with. Yeah, which one pogs your champ the most? Yeah. My favorite preferred way is only and or just like this. ASL. And Akira likes the sign for just, J into the palm. It's up to you. It's completely dependent on whatever you prefer. Now the signs for not and don't. Not and don't. Either one of them work, but preferably like not. Like not. Huh? Normally see don't signed like I don't want that or don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Like so don't do that. But if you're just talking in general, we're just talking in general, like not is just a little bit more of a mellow way. If you're really trying to get the point across, you do don't like that. It's more chill. Yeah. Not and or don't from the chin. No, use. Show me the way that you prefer to design use after seeing it. Which way is more comfortable for you? Yeah, with the U hand. Yeah, good. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Now the sign for question. What's the sign for question? Yeah, exactly. Go down into the X hand. If you're being asked questions, what do you do? Yeah, people are asking you questions. Yeah, it goes towards you. It's a directional sign. A bunch of people are asking you questions. If you just want, if one person's asking multiple questions, yeah, like this. You can do it one time if it's just one question. That is a completely directional sign. Cool. Out. The sign for out. Out. Yeah, out. What about the sign for outside? You guys remember that one? Outside. You start from right here. Yeah, a lot of you guys remember it. Good job. Good job. Now, what about the sign for in or inside? Yeah, both are the same. Both are the same sign. Cool. A lot of you guys remember. Pog. Yeah, don't forget that they are different. Wait, what? Yeah, that they are different. Don't forget. Yeah, what is the sign for forget? Yeah. You guys know that one? So you guys can know the difference between forget and outside? Yeah, good. Good. You're wiping your memory clean. Wiping your memory clean. Oh man, I forgot. I forgot. Ooh, I can show a sign. I can show a neat little sign, actually. So this is a little bit more of an advanced sign, but like if you're trying to talk about like forget, right? Or like say you were thinking about something and you forgot about it, like it slipped your mind. There's actually a way you can sign that. And it kind of is actually kind of cool. So you know the sign for like ask, where you pull it down into an X hand, or you go into an X hand, or you can do it with into a like nothing. If you're a general VR, you can just pull it down. So the sign for disappear is actually like this. It's into an X hand. Now if you put it up to your brain like this, it means it slips my mind. It slipped my mind. I forgot. Oh my god! And like it just disappeared. The thought just disappeared from my mind. It's a little bit more of an advance. I'm not gonna like hate if you guys don't remember that, but it's a cool little like trick, you know. Oh, it slipped in my mind. If somebody signs that to you, or if you sign that to somebody, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, dude!" And VR is different, but it's cool. Yeah, it's not similar. Yeah, or common. That's not common. Yeah, common. Yeah, common. Yeah. All right, guys. Now the sign for like. If you like something. Also, if you don't have a Y hand or a rock and roll hand, you should probably get one if you have like a middle finger hand or something like that. But you can do if you don't have the ability to do a rock and roll hand or do an eight hand, you can actually indicate that you're bending your middle finger down, and you could pull it away from your chest too. Like if you indicate that you're bending that finger down and then doing this, that works as well. You will see people do that. There's a lot of people who are not using like gestured avatars that have the modified sign hands. So like we're trying to eventually, or we're trying to like push people into using them because they're very standard for a lot of avatars nowadays. But there's a lot of signers who got used to doing that without. So if you see somebody indicate that they're bending a finger down and pulling away, that means like. It's the same thing with like the sign for X. Like some people will indicate that they're doing like bending the finger down for some signs like need or should. So like indicating is one way that a lot of people do sign in VR. But like I said, if you guys have the ability to use an avatar with gestured sign hands, I would recommend doing that because they are all over the place. All over the place. So it is a little bit of getting used to. It is practicing. You'll probably take about a week of using it consistently to be able to get the hang of it, but it is worth it. Akira's made a new avatar, or making a new avatar soon. Yeah, a new avatar for the public. So that has all the sign hands. Cool. Now, if you don't like something, what do? Yeah, you pull it away from you, right? You pull it away from you. You don't like that. You don't like that. That's the sign for push. I could show you guys the sign for bully after class. No problem. Cool. So if you don't like something, it's the same. They can indicate it, push it away as long as you're doing that motion. Make sure it's only with one hand because it means something completely different if you're doing it with two. That's the sign for hate. Like you hate something. You're using both hands, both eight hands. I hate that. So, but it's only with one hand. So like or dislike, and then a hate. Yeah, hate.
Check your
Two
Discord.
different signs. Want, want, and don't want. So what is the sign for want? You're pulling it towards you. I want to learn sign language. That is not the right way to sign that. But I want, you're pulling it towards you. And what's the difference if you don't want something? What do you do with that? What do you do with what you just pulled towards you? You push that shit away. You pull it towards you, but then you push it away. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. If you really don't want it, you can really put some body into it. Like I don't want that, dude. Like I just don't want it. If you're just normal, I don't want it. It's up to you guys. You know what I think we should do? Akira, I think if anything that we should take a little break to talk, yeah, a little break, and then finish off with these ones. Just have you guys conversate like I was talking about before. I want you guys to talk about something you want for the next what 10 years? What did you say? What? Oh, the next year. Next year. What do you guys want next year? What's a goal that you guys have? Yeah, what's a goal that you guys have? Yeah, what do you guys don't want? What do you guys don't want? And don't use coronavirus. Everybody doesn't want coronavirus next year. Okay. All right. Oh, maybe some people do. They're kind of sick, literally. Yeah, if you guys can, like, try and find somebody that you haven't met before, and try and start a conversation with somebody that's like a white name around you, right? Try and start a conversation with somebody new. Make a new friend, please. That would be really cool. It's just a good way to practice reading other people's signs. I understand also if you're not like as fluent in sign language, obviously, like you can use your voice right now, but I encourage you guys to try practicing with only your sign at the beginning. But if you don't know a lot of sign, it's a-okay for you guys to talk with your voice. What we're trying to do is just encourage you guys to get used to meeting new people, so you're not scared when you go into the ASL world, and you're not like shy of all these people that are like signing. So yeah, you guys go ahead and start now. We're gonna go ahead. We'll wrap it up in about 10 minutes and start with the rest of the list right here.
Sorry, I lost tracking. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah. So I'm not really the most knowledgeable on sign language. So I've only just got done my ABCs. So
Hi, my dog.
okay,
Hi,
so
dog. How you doing? Looking cute. Oh my
okay,
god.
so
Looking cute.
so what I would like, or what
That's
I
funny.
want is to be.
Do you know fingerspelling? Okay, so it's L E A
Fuck, I forgot which one was D.
R.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so
You're gonna take your hand in
oh,
front, make a fist,
yeah.
bring it to the back. It's
Yeah,
basically
what I'm trying to fingerspell is like
the sign for
want
R is like
to
these
build.
two
I
fingers
want
right
to
here being
build a
twisted
PC.
together.
Like I'm trying to
So you're kind of
fingerspell
mimicking
build
that.
a
So you're
PC.
gonna twist them, right?
Yeah. So
And then you have N, right?
A B.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah. B
L E
U
A
I
R
L
N.
L.
Learn.
Hold on. Just gonna. Oh, yep. Here's the D. A N E C. Oh yeah. Okay.
Repeat. Repeat.
Yeah.
Like this. Yeah. Repeat. Now you take your one hand and you put it into your other hand. Repeat.
Mhm.
So which
Oh,
sign
you
did I
want?
do? I
Okay.
forgot.
So,
Oh, this one right here.
Oh,
This is like nervous,
getting wacky with it.
or I
Okay.
can't remember.
Wait, so like this is the sign for two?
Nervous or
Like-
anxious.
Like yeah, like
I can't remember.
TO.
That's okay.
Oh, and it
But yeah, I mean, you can use that when you're
slipped your
talking to
mind.
someone. You can just say, I want to learn sign language.
Mhm. Yeah, you.
It's just LOL.
So you're
LOL.
essentially just
Lazy way to do it.
texting with your hands,
Well,
like just as brief as possible. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Straight to the point.
yeah, you'll learn fast. Because was it, I've,
Yeah.
I've learned sign language for
Mm-hmm.
2
Yeah.
weeks.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm just trying. I'm just still trying to get used to like talking with my hands. Like. No. Mhm. Oh yeah.
Well, as much of a C as
Mhm.
you can make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't this a sign for sign?
I'm on Quest as well. It's just this
Oh,
avatar
sweet.
is. Yeah, this avatar is different. It's the avatar.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just be careful with this avatar because it can
Okay.
be a little confusing.
Fine.
Because, like,
Yeah.
it has, like, a bunch of different signs. Like, you can do
Sweet.
the F hand, flat O.
Yeah. So
So,
yeah. Look.
you got your R, you got your X. So, it's a lot.
One day. This is day one for me. Hmm. Well, I'm just happy I'm able to be on a platform where I can learn this shit. It like honestly, this is really like what's the time for fun?
Yeah, if you look down, the leg goes up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Alright, so do you want to practice an
That
introduction?
that
Okay.
there. Oh,
Just I.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then this is where this becomes your best friend.
Yeah, see, that's why I said you gotta be careful with this one.
Yeah. What is? Oh. Oh yeah, and especially when you're using an avatar that doesn't have that specific hand signal that you need. Yeah, and Rakasha. eh, Ooh, oh, can I put words into side? Mm. Ooh, okay. How do I? What's the sign for family? Okay. Yeah. I. Nope, this is E. And F. Yes. Whoops. Okay. F. Okay. Let me start over. Now that I got it. Okay. I. Yeah. Mhm. 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 I want. Okay. I want to learn sign sign for M I L Y. Mhm.
Okay, guys, go ahead and wrap up your conversations. We're gonna go ahead and continue learning the rest of the words on the board, and then we'll go ahead and finish the class. Yeah, see you later. Orb. Nice to see you.
Ah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, boys.
So,
Class is about to start again. If you guys can wrap up the conversation.
Yep. I'm sorry.
so we're gonna go ahead and continue. The next word that we're gonna learn is because. It's a sign for because, right? You're starting from right here, and you're dragging your finger across. Because. Because. It's a sign for because. Don't do it like always make sure that you're dragging your finger across, because if you do it with a straight finger and you don't drag it, it means the sign for black, like the color. Also the sign for summer. It's very similar. But yeah, the sign for black is like this. So if you're trying to do because, start from right here and then pull outwards. Because. That's the way I'd recommend doing it. Summer is 2 times. Yeah, summer. Summer is like this. If you do it just once across, it means because. Yeah, because. Now the sign for just cause, you don't see like a lot of time, or Akira hasn't seen a lot of times, but for like he's using PSC. I'm sorry, I literally like lagged for a second or something like that. So the sign for cause or cause, cause. So cause. It's a sign that I rarely ever see, but like in case somebody does use it, you can like identify it. Also, there's another way to sign like cause or effect that I want to like let you guys know about. So the way that you can sign cause or effect is the sign for send, actually. So the sign for send, like I'm gonna send you a message, it's cause or effect as well. It's a directional sign that people use in ASL grammar a lot if you're talking about like affecting something or causing something to happen. But it's also the sign for send. Like I will send you a picture on Discord, or like I will like you were the cause of that like very very cool fun party that we had, you know. Yeah, so cause or effect and or send is another way. So but cause like this, cause, that is another way to do that. Wait, what is that? You said very 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 what? Oh, oh, yeah, I yeah. Okay, on or off. Abusive. Bully. This is the signer bully book. What she's doing. Sign for bully. 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 Sheesh. All right. So the sign for on. Yeah, you have your flat hand, right? You have your putting your imagine putting a sticker on your hand, right? You're slapping it on. On. Yeah, you're slapping it on. Now if it's coming off, it's literally you're taking your hand off of your hand. So on and off. Now, if you're talking about like I'm gonna say like turning on a light switch in your room, right? There's actually a specific way you can do that. ASL is one of the most expressive languages out there, if not the most expressive language. So like sometimes something will look quite literally. Something you would see in something like charades could possibly be a sign. So like if you have a light switch in your room, right? It has the little thing that's sticking out. You can flick it up or flick it down. You flick it up or flick it down with your finger. So flick it up or flick it down. You would just emphasize that you're talking about like a light switch. Like you're talking about a light. So you flick it up or flick it down with an X hand. Classifiers, yeah. You would be using a classifier. Right. Oh, yeah. So Urchin's going to be doing a class on classifiers on Friday in the No Voice Zone class. So you can learn more about things like that on Friday. So the sign for line, right? You have your pinkies and you're drawing a line in the air. You're drawing a line in the air. It's a line. Some people will use this as like on line. That's fine. People do use that. Like, are you online or are you offline? So online or offline? The sign for line. This is also the sign for cable. People use it for like a cable if you're talking about like your headset. So line or cable. So there's a few different ways that you can use that sign contextually. But yeah, in general, that does mean the sign for line. Now the sign for butt, like BUT, butt, right? Butt, butt, but careful with how like far you separate your fingers when you're doing it because it can turn into the sign for different. So the sign for different, you want to emphasize how far apart these things are. These are different. These are different. So butt, you only need a small little motion for butt. You're doing something like this with your fingers but going outwards. And different, different. These things are separate. Now if you're doing something like opposite, right? Opposite. You would have your wrists going outwards and your the palms of your hands facing towards you. Opposite. Opposite. There's a different way to sign that. So butt, different, and opposite. Opposite. It's very similar to the sign for grammar. So grammar would be like this, grammar. But then if you pull it apart, it's opposite. It means opposite. Cool. All right, time for a review over the next like section, right? We're gonna go over because again. So show the sign for because. You guys know that one? Because. Because. Now what's the sign for black? If you guys remember that, that's fine. But like if you don't, it's fine. Yeah, black. You don't tuck away your finger, you just keep it out the whole time, black. Now the sign for summer. Do you guys remember that one? We'll rewrite the words too at the end. So if you guys want to take a picture of them afterwards, we'll rewrite all the bonus words that we posted as well. So summer, right? You're going across your head twice. So you guys can take a picture and you guys can go and review on your off time. Also, there will be the video too. So whatever floats your boat, right? So the next sign would be cause. Like cause. Show the sign for cause, right? You're rolling your hands. You're rolling your hands out. Now, what would be the other way to do it? If you were to do like cause, effect, and or send. Cause, effect, or send, right? You have your closed palm. You have your flat hand down, and you're sending it over, right? You're rolling your fingers out. Send. It is a contextual sign, so if you're talking about like send me, you would do it towards yourself. So send me, like send me the picture. Like send me something. Okay, now the sign for on. On. Yeah, on your hand, right? On. You're slapping the sticker on. On. Now if you're doing off, it's only one little difference, right? You already have the sticker on. You're pulling it off, but you don't actually do like a pulling motion. You're just taking your hand off. So on and off. Now, if you're doing like a light switch, really quick, how would you do like a light switch if you're talking about like clicking on a light switch or off? Yeah. Well, you wouldn't do it with the actual hand. I was more less like with your non-dominant hand. You would actually just do it in the air, like you have your light switch on the wall. You flick it up or flick it down. It's the same thing with like a generator too. If you have like a lever, pull up the lever, pull down the lever, and pull it up the lever. So interpret. Yeah, you have a lever. You have like your board where the lever's on, and then you pull down the lever, right? You want to like really get that point across because what you're trying to do with ASL. A lot of the times you'll see somebody like who's very experienced with ASL. It's kind of like you're painting a picture with your hands, right? You're telling a story. So if somebody's able to somewhat understand what's going on, even though they don't know any sign language, it's because they're painting a picture. They're making it very fluent, right? They're making it very obvious what they're trying to do, right? Yeah, we see a lot of like deaf people and hard of hearing people use classifiers a lot in the middle of their signing if they're just using ASL grammar only. So like it is good to start getting used to like to learning to using those a lot. Right. Right. They're really expressive with your body. And I think that's pretty awesome. All right, so the next one, line and or cable. Here we're talking about line, right? You have your pinkies. If you don't have pinkies, obviously you can use Y hands like Akira's doing, or rock and roll hands, as long as you're connecting your pinkies and you're pulling them apart. But if you have the ability to do pinkies, that is the correct way to do it in real life and in VR. If you're doing it with the ability to do pinkies, so line and or cable. Now the sign for different. Go ahead and show the sign for different first. So different. Yeah, different. You're pulling your fingers across, like different. Now, if you're doing but, how would you do but? Yeah, just a smaller motion, but. Now, if you're to do opposite, if you're to do opposite, seeing as two different things are very opposite from each other, yeah. Your thumbs are down. Make sure there's a tucked away. Opposite. Opposite. You could put more emphasis in it if you're really like if things are very different. Like it's different. Like we're very different. We're opposite people. Me and Akira, we think differently. We disagree. No, I'm just kidding. We don't actually. But yeah, like you can really put some like body into it depending on how like much you want to get the point across. And grammar. Grammar, you give it a little wiggle. You have two G hands. Give it a little wiggle. Grammar. Grammar. ASL grammar. ASL grammar. Yeah, give it a little wiggle. Yeah, good. Good job, everybody. Yeah, I'm reading. I'm reading. Oh, never mind. I wasn't reading. Start with that word again. 4x. Oh, plus. Oh, yeah, plus. Heck yeah, plus. Imagine. The sign for imagine, right? You have two I hands. You have two I hands, and you're doing this around your head. Imagine. You're going in a circular motion forward. Imagine. Imagine. You can do it with rock and roll hands. Do it with Y hands, depending on what you have. If you have I hands, that's the way to do it. You would initialize it with eyes. Imagine. You would do it with both hands because if you do it with one hand, it's a sign for idea. It is definitely a different sign. So do it with two hands. Imagine. Imagine. Now, thank you. Thank you guys for coming to class. We're gonna go ahead and finish it up now. I do encourage you guys to like stay and like hang out. We always like stay for a couple hours usually. You don't have to stay for the whole time, but like practice your conversational skills here. If you guys haven't like joined the Discord, you can find a link for it at the very front. It's discord.gg/immersed. If you guys are looking to find like more classes, we have also inside of Discord with webcam. Akira teaches with her webcam on. You don't have to have your webcam on, but Akira will have theirs on, and they will be like showing real life ways to sign things because not everything is the exact same. Like there's a lot of signs like the sign for like again that's signed a little bit differently in real life or about to sign to the flag So we do show like the small differences about like how to sign in real life. It's good to practice. It's good to practice. So like and also you guys can find like updates inside the Discord if you're not already in it. In case like we need to delay a class or in case we do something extra. There's a lot of community events and there's a good way to meet other people as well. Thank you guys all for like coming again. We're gonna go ahead and have all the words up here. So if you want to come up here and take a picture so you can practice in your off time, that's great. That would be a good way to do it. Unknown Krevzz is actually our official like immersed like video man, or like he does all the live streams and video editing and stuff like that for our classrooms. Every single classroom we have is recorded, so you can go and review it. So if you want to go and check out Unknown Krevz's stream, you can go and find his stream inside the Discord as well, and go and add him on Discord. And you can find our YouTube videos on inside the archive section inside the YouTube video or inside the Discord as well. So yeah, I appreciate you guys all again. And next class that we have will be tomorrow. I'll be teaching. I'll be teaching more of like a study session style group. So I'll be doing a vocabulary list, but I'll be doing a lot of contextual signs and showing a lot of contextual signs, just like the sign for just and only. I'll be showing a lot of different signs that have like different meanings, but they're the same sign. So and then we'll just be practicing again tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. It's on the schedule over there as well. And I look forward to seeing you guys. Yeah, thank you guys all for coming. Sheesh, a lot of people again. I like it.